our replay viewers, hello, welcome. I know y'all ain't ready. I'm here with one of my business associates, Mr. Demetrius Sanders. But listen, before we start this brief conversation, I want you to go ahead and share this broadcast if you're watching the replay. Thank you so much. Share, share, share. Sharing is caring, and we appreciate you doing just that. So, again, welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, we're going to have a brief conversation. We got something we want to share with you tonight, but I'm going to let Demetrius introduce himself, and we're going to get this conversation started.
Hey, everybody. My name is Demetrius Sandridge, and I am a lifetime Detroiter. And I'm so glad to be on this live presentation tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, I want you guys to sit back, sit tight, and take real good notes and just kind of enjoy the conversation. We got some information we want to share with you on tonight, and I think it's going to bless, as what my grandma say, bless your socks off.
All right. Yes. So blessing the socks off sounds like a plan to me. So, when you think about what's going on right now, we are about 14 months into this pandemic that's happened, and people are expecting life to go on as normal. Still a lot going on in the land. And I think for a lot of us, like people like you and I, Demetrius, we have been looking at ways to not take advantage of the situation, but be blessed despite the situation.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot of people aren't really looking at it like that, but we have something that's just been incredible, been a blessing to not only our lives, because we just been involved a short few months.
Absolutely.
But we see where, if you look at history dictates that now is the perfect time for a lot of things. Great time for real estate, great time for being creative and innovative and bringing those dreams and visions to life. So, what do you have to say to the person who's like stuck between a job and a dream?
Well, I would just say you really have to see yourself many, many years out, right? You have to really see where you are headed. What are you trying to accomplish? And just stay focused and zero in on where you're headed. And that momentum will begin to propel you into the place where you need to be. It's going to help you make the decisions right now, what you need to do. And a lot of people are just afraid. They're fearful. They don't know what to do, how to do it. And truth be told, we don't never really know what to do and how to do it. We just got to do it. We just got to get in there and do it. It's and that's the best thing I can tell you. You just got to really, as Steve Harvey say, you just got to jump out the airplane and just hope that parachute's gonna open. And sometimes it might scare you on the way down, but you got to just jump. If you really want to go after something, if you really want to accomplish something, man, it's going to take just really getting after it. What do you think, T?
Awesome. And a lot of times you have to like put you aside, or at least the things that hold you back. And
Right.
so I'm excited to be amongst a group of people who, may have started small, but definitely have found some success.
Right.
And as it said, that success leaves clues. And if you're coachable and trainable, teachable, I'm sorry, then you shouldn't have, maybe I should have said trainable. Yeah. um, you shouldn't have a problem with getting success and being successful, but you got to move you out of the way.
Right.
And you have to move the things that have held you back. One of the things that I appreciate is that when I was introduced to this, though I didn't see how I could fit it into my schedule, because, busy, and a lot of people are busy, but don't be busy and broke,
Right.
you know,
I,
and
I love that.
while you're out there anyway, you're talking to people anyway, why not steer the conversation in a positive way? And it's
Right.
not to say that people aren't having positive conversations, but at a point, and maybe I should just talk about me. I knew that there was more, and I am determined to find my more. And
Right.
yes, that requires me jumping, like you said. And it can be a scary
Yeah.
thing,
Absolutely.
but what's the alternative?
Right.
Staying stuck, staying
Right.
broke, staying in your same situation, not changing something, being so skeptical that you talk yourself out of you pray for the
Right.
blessing came your way, but you're so skeptical, you're so cynical, you doubt everything. And I get it because of bad experience. Listen, if I went on let's talk about relationship, because I'm a relationship coach. If I went on my prior experiences, I would never,
We have never, ever, 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 ever,
ever.
ever, ever.
But that's not the case of, you know, every man out there,
Absolutely.
speaking from a woman's point of view. And so you have to deal with those things and learn to trust. And so, that's one of the things that I'm excited about, is that when you get to a certain point and when you deal with certain people, it's something that you can trust. I know when you're sharing with people, you talk about um, the business savvy that you have, as well as your determination for your family, that you don't want to lead anybody astray. So you definitely talk about the impact and influence, is the way I look at it, for the people that you share this opportunity with. You want to talk about that?
Well, opportunity is the operative word. Opportunity. Opportunity normally shows up unannounced. It doesn't break down your door, right? It doesn't, scream and holler from the rooftop. Sometimes those opportunities are those subliminal messages, those messages that we, like you just said, that we prayed for, right? I remember a story, right? I got time to tell this story, T? Okay. I remember a story. There was a man on the roof, right? There were he was on a construction site, and he was on the roof putting down some shingles and lost his footing, right? Lost his footing. I mean, he's at like 10 stories, 10 stories high on this roof, putting on some shingles. And he starts to fall. And as he's falling and sliding down this roof, he begins to pray, Lord, save me, God. Lord, save me. He's crying out, asking God to save him, save him, save him. And, he's panicking. He's getting to the edge, and there's nothing he can do. And he just kind of gave up. And at that moment that he gave up, there was a nail at the bottom, at the ledge of the roof. And his belt loop from his overalls or coveralls, however you want to say it, grabbed that nail and caught him just in time before he fell off the roof. Do you know what his response was? That's okay, God. The nail saved me. Did you hear what I just said? That's okay, God. Don't worry about it. I'm good now. The nail saved me. Could it have been his prayer that actually saved him? That God had actually had that nail positioned right there because he knew that this man would need it. And so those are some of those moments in our lives where we see an opportunity, we have an opportunity, we prayed for the opportunity, and when the opportunity shows up, and because it showed up the way that we wasn't expecting it, we don't look at it as an opportunity. We don't look at it as the nail saving our lives. And that's really what I wanted to share with you tonight. Opportunity shows up sometimes unannounced, something to save you, something to get you to the next level, something to break those chains of fear and poverty in your life. And this pandemic that we're in, that we're currently still in, I know a lot of people out there going about their daily lives like we are not in a pandemic. We are still in a pandemic. This virus is still raging, right? But this pandemic has exposed a lot. It has exposed a lot. Our insufficiencies, our inadequacies. It has showed us that we have not prepared properly in our finances, in our daily lives, how to survive when things are shut down, right? And this pandemic has either caused you to create wealth or miss opportunity, either one of the two. And I must say that 2020 has probably been one of the best years in my life on so many levels. And I'm just sharing this with you. I'm being transparent. It has been probably one of the best years of my life when it comes to my finances and my investments and the things that I have been able to do during this pandemic, because now it has forced me to think outside of the box. It has forced me to reevaluate how I normally do things and how I normally generate income, right? It has forced me to look at life totally different. And so either you have found yourself taking advantage of the opportunity or missing the opportunity. And so I hope that you have learned your lesson in 2020 so that now in 2021, right now, you can make some strategic changes on how you handle your life, not just finances, but in general, how you handle relationships now, because there are a lot of people, a lot of marriages that have, let's just say, have not really done well during this pandemic, because now your wife is in your face, your husband is in your face, in your space, in your place, in just all up in your face, because we can't go outside. We can't go outside. We can't go to the movies anymore. We can't, use those other things to overcompensate for what we should have been doing in the first place. Creating those bonds and that relationship. And you can talk to the relationship coach. She's right here. She'll tell you. Right, Pastor T?
Absolutely. I mean, it has been an eye-opener for a lot of people. I'm just really kind of curious. I know they said that the divorce statistics were going up. And I'm, really hoping that people would get the help. But, you talked about the opportunity shows up oftentimes unannounced.
Hmm.
Well, we were in crisis, and I love shout out to Susie. She shared this one day during one of the Zoom meetings that we had that the word crisis in Chinese is also interpreted as opportunity.
Mm,
So in the crisis that you face, there is an opportunity. Now, I'm a very optimistic person, so I'm always looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I'm looking for, the sun to shine again after the storm because that's just the way I'm wired. But if you change your mindset, if just change, it doesn't have to be big. If you just change one small thing, you take one word out of a sentence, it changes the meaning of the sentence. If you
right,
change your cannot to can, that changes the whole sentence. And the whole, message that you were trying to relay. And so in this what has been pandemic, you have an opportunity in the midst of crisis to change your family situation. And that's what me and Demetrius are talking about, that you have an opportunity to change your life, live the life that you always have dreamed about. For some people, they realize that, first of all, jobs are not necessarily loyal. They also realize that they needed a plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay. So I hope that there's someone listening who is like, yeah, that's me. I need something else. I need something different. I know that there's something more in store for me, for my family. I'm tired of living beneath my privilege. I'm tired of not having the things that I really want and desire. You had a whole lot of time in the last 14 months to reconsider some things.
absolutely.
And I'm just hoping that some people did. I know I certainly have. And not even that I'm where I want to be, because success is definitely a journey,
Hmm.
but I'm so much closer than I was before. I would have continued. I say it all the time. I'm not thankful for some of the tragedy that we have experienced, but just it made you sit down. And I hope that there's some people that actually sat down and considered their life. When you looked around and you saw all of the death around you, I hope it made you take a look at your own mortality and say to yourself, have I lived the life that I wanted? What will I do with the days that are before me, especially since tomorrow's not promised?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I hope somebody hears us tonight. And if that is you, if you're saying, yes, I want more, yes, I want to do something different. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That was me. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. If that's you, comment below, reach out to either one of us, and we will connect you. We want to invite you to a Zoom presentation tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or depending on when you're looking at this, maybe Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or listen, we'll schedule one just for you, but we want you to get this information. We want you to sit in front of the information before you make a judgment, be educated,
Right.
and then make a wise decision, because it's a win-win-win situation. I can't think of an area of life that this isn't a win for. I mean, well, if I had to say, one of the things that Demetrius, I'm waiting on is my boo thing to find me.
Right.
He might be at a convention. So Listen, I can't even think of something that this this opportunity might not provide. So what would you say to the people before we let them go?
What you want me to comment on, T?
What you want to tell them before we get out of here?
Oh, just listen. When I saw this opportunity, and T showed this to me several months ago, and when I saw this, I saw an opportunity that could actually propel me much faster and more efficiently to my destination. I've always had the desire to become a billionaire, not a millionaire, but a billionaire, right? And so when I saw this, I said to myself, this is another vehicle that I can use to help propel me to my destination. This was a vehicle. And that's what I want you to look at, a vehicle. See, vehicles are created all day, every day, all day long. But certain vehicles are for certain situations, certain roads. All vehicles don't fly. All vehicles don't drive on the road. They are different for different reasons. Here is a vehicle that will help me get to the next level in everything that I'm trying to accomplish. And it's so easy. It's so easy. It just made sense. It was like, okay. It was like that guy falling off the roof, you know? Opportunity. Something that I prayed for, something that I've always desired. Not just to have lots and lots of money, but to be able to use and utilize those resources to help people to achieve their dreams, to become what they want to become, to help ministries to fulfill their ministry, what their desires are. I mean, if you are in this world, you should want to be a help. You should want to be in position to be a blessing. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. And so I want to be on the blessing end. I want to be able to bless people. I want to be able to bless ministries and help organizations that are doing wonderful work across the world, not just in our country, but across the world. And that's my desire. And this is a vehicle that is helping me do that. And I am so thankful to this lady that you see right now. I am so thankful that she shared it with me. And she'll tell you the story. She didn't think it would be something that I would be interested in. But anything that's going to help me achieve my dreams and my goals, I'm all for it. Thank you, T. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for being open. I have some people in my life, I have some close people in my life that won't even take a look at it, you know? And so while that can be disheartening, I'm thankful for individuals like yourself who say, hey, you know, my relationship is what it is. Good people like to do good things. So you took a look at it, and I appreciate that so, so much. And, I'm excited about where we're going, utilizing this together. Some people will look at this and say, oh my goodness, what is she doing now? Well, listen, if I'm on a destination, on my way to a destination, and there's some things that I need along the way, I'm gonna pick those things up. So, I know some people are like, she doing this and she doing that. Well, if you know a better way, then
Sure.
please share.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm one for multiple streams. So Unless you bringing me multiple streams, then don't worry about what I'm doing on the way to where I'm going.
Absolutely.
So
Even let me say this, T. Even in the Garden of Eden, even the Garden of Eden had 4 streams of rivers.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Even the Garden of Eden. I mean, it's just. I'm not going to preach tonight.
Don't do it.
Tonight, Jesus.
But you know what, D, I do want us to come back and talk specifically to pastors and ministry leaders, because I know, especially the ones that have had closed doors and may not have had the same kind of revenue. I know there are probably some churches that won't open back up. And
Absolutely.
so I want us to be able to share this with those pastors and bishops and ministry leaders and apostles and prophets. Listen, this will not only bless you, but your followers, your congregation, your assembly, whatever you call them. So we're gonna come back one day specifically and talk to them. But for now, come on, join the this train has already left the station. You still have time to join because we're going somewhere. And
Yes.
I'm super excited about it. Super excited to have this awesome and amazing gentleman on the team and, doing some great things, not only, in his life, but for his family. He has some great success stories already. And so I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Demetrius, for coming on tonight and always being willing to lend a helping hand. I do appreciate you very, very much. So we're
Absolutely.
gonna get out of here, you guys, but definitely contact us, inbox us, comment below, share this. Listen, if you have not shared this broadcast, and I only see a couple shares, share this broadcast.
Hint, 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 hint.
Share this broadcast with somebody because you never know what somebody else needs. And,
Right.
that's one of the things that I share in the presentation. You never know what the person next to you is going through and what they're experiencing. They could be suffering in silence, but smiling along the way.
Yep.
So share this so that they can receive this information as well. So we will be back Thursday, right?
Absolutely. 9,
Thursday.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So we will see you guys then. Have a great and awesome night. Until next time.
All right. God bless you guys.